to be myself again. It feels so good. What's up, you guys? I know I look an absolute fright right now. I'm aware of that. But just understand that Houdini's scratching my bed, so that's what that little sound is. Busted. It's like 3:30 in the morning right now. I've already had a really long day. I didn't even wear makeup today. Today was like hobo day, so now it's hobo night and you get to share it with me. So happy hobo night. Welcome to my new bedroom. If you were at all confused as to what the hell is going on, well, I'm about to get you up to speed. Okay, because I didn't put anything on my main channel about this. The last channel, or the last video that's been on this channel, you know, since forever is that, you know, when I got sick and did the makeup stuff, and that was a long time ago. So some of you guys follow my vlog channel. Probably most of you who watch this channel don't, but you should, especially if you like want the dirty deets of my personal life, because that's where it all takes place. Some of you follow my Instagram. Some of you follow me on Snapchat, some of you follow my Facebook page. If you follow me on Twitter, there's not really much happening there because I have like 2,000 followers and I don't ever like post on Twitter ever. But I know a lot of people have been confused because, especially people who follow my Facebook, my Instagram, and or one of those, but don't follow my vlog channel. And I've gotten a whole lot of like, wait, what did I miss? Comments. It was impressive. Watson just jumped from the window onto her sister. The girls are here with me. Houdini and Watson are here with me. Just, you know, to cut to the chase there. Yes, it's 3:30 in the morning and I am drinking leftover coffee from Perkins. Don't judge me. Okay, so I'm just gonna do a brief recap just to get you guys up to speed, but if you really want to know, like from the beginning, go to my vlog channel, find videos, pretty clear where you need to start, and you can watch forward from there and I don't have to do any extra work. But the short version is I broke up with Mike a while ago because it was suckier than you guys realize. No detail is needed. It just I was unhappy and it sucked and I just wanted to end it and I did. So that's the short version. And I got my own place. As you can see, this is my place. I will do an apartment tour eventually, but right now it's still kind of being put together. It's mostly just boxes and not furniture because I have nothing. I had to buy this bed. This is my bed. I bought this bed specifically for my apartment and it really set me back. So I'm super hella broke right now, but I have my bed. I have a TV, I have the small one. I have my egg chair in the living room. I have a coffee table and I have my DVD shelves. And that's it. That's literally it. I mean, I've got all my possessions, but I mean, as far as like furniture goes, like fill the space, I don't have anything else other than that. So the apartment tour would be very like, okay, so here's a blank wall and here's an empty room and here's an area with nothing in it whatsoever. So yee. Anyway, sorry. Okay, so another facet on top of breaking up with Mike, moving out, getting my own place, bringing my girls with me, yo, is that I do have another boyfriend, and if you follow my Instagram and or Facebook and vlog channel, obviously, you know that already. Yeah, I wasn't afraid to put it out there because, well, I'm proud of it, I'm happy, it's fine. I know, like, there's been like one human being on the planet who's been judgmental about it, and, well, they're sad and miserable and lonely and can't even show their real face and their real name, so I mean, we won't even talk about that. But anyway, everybody else has been like super supportive and super sweet and super awesome about it and super happy for me, which is great because I am super happy and I don't feel the need to justify my situation because it's my life and I know what's going on. The people involved know what's going on. Literally, no one gives a shit. It's not a thing. I mean, there was no overlap, if anybody was wondering. It's not like I left, you know, Mike for this guy. It wasn't like that. Mike's even okay with it. He's just like, hey, cool, you know, whatever. So we were friends first and it just kind of became a thing. So, I mean, details notwithstanding, he's amazing. and I'm super happy. So that's really all that matters at the end of the day. And if somebody wants to pass judgment on it, well, then they can pass judgment on it. It's fine. It's my life, so anybody else's opinion doesn't really affect me at all in the slightest bit. So I'm gonna keep on trucking no matter what anybody thinks or says. So it is what it is. Anyways, so if you want to follow all that stuff, you can follow my vlog channel, follow my Instagram, because there's pictures of us and there will be more pictures of us. Facebook, my Facebook page, all the links to all this stuff in the description below, by the way. So like if you really want to like see all that, you know, follow those pages. And plus on my Facebook fan page, my LeahMouse page, I have been posting egg chair updates. I haven't done one in a minute because I've been really busy, which is also why I haven't put up a video in a while, because I've been super busy. This is something no one tells you about adulting. When you move out and have your own place and are 100% responsible for all the things that go along with that, you get broke real fast. So I have been working as much as I can. The rest of the time is just trying to like get moved and organized and stuff, you know, because that's been kind of a nightmare, which I won't even get into. But so there's that, and I just have not had time for videos. And the little bit of time that I do have for videos, technically I could make videos here and there. I kind of don't want to, because like I'm, you know, having fun and enjoying life for the first time ever. I know that might be hard to believe if you watch my videos, like, oh, she was so happy, blah blah blah. No. You don't understand. You don't understand. Like, I might have had happy moments before, but dear God, my left eye is twitching. It's been doing this for days. What the hell? No, but seriously, like, this was the reason I wanted to make the video, but I had to get y'all up to speed first. But anyway, so this is the thing that I felt the need to turn the camera on at 3:30 in the morning and talk about, was I have never been so freaking happy. Like, legitimately, like it's not even the kind of thing where, you know, sometimes people aren't super happy, so they feel the need, they mask it / lie to themselves, or in denial, or have to try to tell other people so they don't feel so bad about it. It's like a avoidance thing. So they overcompensate by saying how happy they are, or like constantly posting on social media like, look how happy I am, and it's like a lie. It's like they have to live the lie to try to make themselves believe it, you know, because it's not really true. I'm guilty of that. I've been guilty of that the entire time I've been on YouTube. Watson, how long are you gonna take to dig in the litter box? My God, I'm trying to talk to people. All right, are you finished? So previously, previously on LeahMouse, it may have appeared that things were all hunky-dory and happy, which isn't an entirely false thing, but it's like, you know how hindsight is 20/20, and then when you have like something better to compare it to, you're like, oh, whoa, that was, no, that was just not, like, how did I even think that that was, like, what? I was like crazy? How did I even, like, what the, boy was I stupid, you know? So it's that kind of thing. Like, at the time I was just kind of like trying to wade through it, you know, and be like, yeah, I'm happy, I guess, I think, sure, because I was trying to focus on the positive. Really? Really? What are you trying to make a sandcastle in there? What are you doing? Whatever. So I've always been the kind of person to try to just focus on the positive. And while that is typically a good thing, it can be a downfall sometimes, because when you're like that, then you tend to ignore the negative, and ignoring the negative means ignoring things that are toxic and bad for you and not facing them. Therefore you can't make like a decision to remove yourself from it because you're just trying to not pay attention to it. So you end up in bad situations for way longer than you should be. That Jesus, Watson. Oh my God. Would you please just stop? Every time I try to record a video, one of the cats has to take like the most enormous crap of their lives. I don't know what. So anyway, this has been going on for like 5 minutes. What are you doing? So because I always try to focus on the positive, I was severely ignoring the negative. Like, I wasn't ignoring it to myself. Like, I mean, I knew. I kept a journal, and that's the thing that actually kind of pisses me off at myself at this point. Because, like, I found my journal, and I hadn't written in it in a couple of years. But I started writing in it when Mike and I first got together, and there are entries that, like, could have been written, you know, just a couple of months ago. Nothing changed. And I mean bad entries, like bad. Like I freaking, in detail, I illustrated, highlighted, and noticed and dictated all of the red flags, like within our first month of being together. And somehow entirely ignored them and kept trucking along for 4 years while like nothing changed. I was in the same place and it just kept getting worse for me, and I allowed it to continue, which is stupid because it was like reading my journal entries really pissed me off because it was like there'd be like 4 pages of like this like completely like actual logical thinking, like, hey, I'm in pain, this is what's going on, this isn't okay, this is what happened, I'm not okay with this shouldn't be happening, this isn't how this should be, and this is how it was handled, which was horrible, and you know, we fought for like a whole freaking day and a half, and now things are weird and it's like not good, and I don't like being treated this way, I don't like feeling this way, you know, blah blah blah, stuff like that. And then like 2 days later, there'd be like a little entry that was like, oh my God, today was so awesome. Like, everything is fine. And then we talked, and at first it didn't go well for a long time, but then it went well, and everything's fine now. And then like 2 days later, there'd be another like 4-page entry of like, no, oh my God, this sucks. This is terrible because like this is still going on, and I hope this isn't going to be a constant thing. And this was just like in the first month that we were together, right? So I'm like reading through these entries a few days ago, just like I just like wanted to grab my past self, you know, by the shirt collars and be like, what the hell is wrong with you? Like this was consistent through the whole freaking relationship, and now it took me 4 years to finally do something about it. So again, not that I feel the need to justify this, but I just feel like this is a tidbit that is beneficial if you really want to know. It might look as though I, you know, jumped right from, you know, hit to someone else, you know what I mean? It might look that way, but it's not, because I was checked out for months, maybe even an entire year. I was checked out because I finally, like when we first moved to North Dakota, something clicked. I don't know, something clicked up here, and I was just like, you know, I don't think I'm okay with this. And I'm gonna start facing not being okay with it and start on this path to make it right. And I started having different conversations, you know. They were more ultimatum-y in their tone, you know, whereas I was like demanding more respect, I was demanding to be heard, I was demanding to be appreciated, acknowledged, if you will, anything. Like, I don't want to get into details of it because that's between me and him, but it just wasn't, it was very one-sided. I'm not saying that anybody did anything wrong specifically, I'm just saying it was really one-sided. Like, one of us tried our ass off, the other one just kind of didn't give a shit. And I know, again, what it looked like in videos, but don't believe everything you see, and everything you see is not a representation of something as a whole. You know, you never know what's going on behind the scenes, you know, because you're always surprised when you hear about someone you don't actually know in real life, like a celebrity or something. Oh, I thought that they had such a great life. I thought they were so happy, but you know, something happened, some situation, and you're just like shocked. Yeah, because you don't know. You don't actually know, because people don't want to talk about that stuff, especially people who want to try to be positive, because if they're already in like a dark place, they don't want to focus on that. They don't want to think about that. You know, they want to just latch on to anything good that they can and not wallow in the darkness, because that's bad. So when you have, you know, you're already living in this shitty life, the shitty existence, shitty mindset, shitty self-esteem, just shitty all around, you know, you don't want to think about it, and you certainly want to tell people about it, because then you look like an idiot. It's like, well, hey YouTube, how you doing? My life is crap, but I'm doing nothing about it. So, cheers. You know what I mean? Yeah, basically the situation with that is that, I know I was like, I'm not gonna get into it, but like, well, whatever, I'm already talking. So I checked out a long time ago. I still tried, and I was still loyal, I was faithful, 100%, but I was, you know, taking more and more steps towards the door as I realized that I wasn't gonna be met in the middle. Nothing was gonna change. I was the only one really trying. And at some point I was just like, you know what, it's not worth it. I don't want to do this anymore. I don't feel good. I don't feel happy. It's not balanced. This isn't right for me. Circumstantially, it was a little bit awkward because, well, I had to, you know, figure out what I was going to do. Because while I had some money, it's still expensive to move out because you have to do like a security deposit and then the rent, and then you have to like buy a bunch of stuff for your place that you don't think about having to get until you need it, you know, like paper towels or toilet paper or food. So I was friends with a coworker for quite a while. We were just friends. We, you know, hung out a few times. We talked a lot at work, and you know, he's awesome. And we got along really, really well. I was like, this is cool. I talked to him a lot during the last few months of that, and he knew what was going on, and he was a perfect gentleman about it, and he was just like, oh, he was just a really supportive friend. So that's all I really needed, and that is exactly what he was he was a very supportive friend. He didn't try to push me in one direction or another. He just listened and let me talk about it, and just, I mean, he weighed in enough to be like, you know, you don't deserve that, you know. That's not cool, you know, just like that. With his support, along with other friends, obviously, and coworkers too, it wasn't just him, I realized, well, I can do better. I do deserve better, and I should strive for happiness, and I'm stronger than I realize, and I have a great support system, I have a great job, I have great friends. I think I can finally do this. So I finally mustered up the courage, you know, to have that conversation and, you know, move forward. And then we went on that trip. If you watch my vlog channel at all, you already know what I'm talking about, but we went on a 3-week trip. That's the awkward, like, this came at a bad time thing, because we had this 3-week trip planned, and then we sort of like kind of broke up right before it. But then, like, I was like, well, maybe we should just kind of hiatus this a little bit until after the trip so we can still enjoy it and not have it be weird. So we did that, but we talked about it multiple times while on the trip, and of course by the end of the trip we were done. I came back and we ended up having an enormous fight, like the minute we got back. I mean, we hadn't even walked into the door of the apartment yet and we were already in this huge fight, and it was just the stupidest thing. It was 1 in the morning. I was so tired because we've been traveling all day, and then I just wanted to be home and be happy to be home, and now I have to deal with this stupid giant fight. And I was like, are you kidding me? So I texted my friend and I was just like, where are you? I need a reprieve. And I'm like, well, I'm at my buddy's house, and him and my other friend Willow were there. So I went over there and I was hanging out with them, you know, and their friends, and I was like, okay, this is nice. I expected to be all distraught, which I kind of was. But I was mostly just like relieved to be away from the situation, and I was like, this feels good. This situation feels good. I'm with people that are cool. It's helping. It's taking my mind off of things. This feels good to me. Like, this is what I want my life to be. Because it was like, I was like stifled for so long with who I was and who I knew I was inside, and my potential, and it's like, for so long I've been searching to reunite myself with myself. I know that sounds weird, but for 15 years, I actually tracked it, for 15 years I have been like searching to get myself back on track, because I have been passed from toxic person to toxic person to toxic person to toxic person for 15 years. And that's not even just boyfriends. I mean like friends too. Just like all these toxic people just like took a number and got in line to like be a part of my life, and I don't know how that's a thing, but it just, I like attract toxic people. I don't know why. I don't know. I'm not even gonna speculate. I have no idea. So just all these toxic people, like right in a row, you know, I mean, there were gaps obviously, but just, it wasn't long enough for me to, you know, undo all of that and you know, get to know myself and just find myself again. So it was just like every person wanted me to be different from how I am on the inside, and wanted me to be different from how the previous person wanted me to be. So it just really fucked with my head, and that was what a lot was going on in 2013 when I disappeared from YouTube for a while, because I was just like in this super like crazy headspace of like, I don't even know who I am or what I want, and I'd been through the ringer at that point. It was insanity. Yeah, it was bad. So that was kind of what was happening then, and it's been a slow uphill journey since then. You've probably seen my progress, you know, if you're astute and pay attention, on my videos, because like, my confidence has come up, my sense of self has come up, my charismatic qualities, I don't know, whatever, you know, I've been doing better gradually, but it was a long time. I mean, to undo 15 years of just like mind fuckery and getting so far removed from like who I am and what I want, because so many people are just like, I want you to be this way and I don't want you to be this way. You should do this, but you shouldn't do this. And it was just like a bunch of shit. Just like something as simple as like, what if I want to stay up until 6 a.m.? Well, my bedtime is midnight, so if you want to spend any time with me, you know, you have to be on my schedule. So I have to like reroute my sleep schedule for somebody, which was outside of my comfort zone, because that's not naturally what I want to do, you know what I mean? So it's a small thing, but it was a lot of small things like that. Just something as simple as that. And then like, you know, if I wanted to eat something, like, well, they don't eat that, so we can't have it in the house, so I'm not allowed to eat it either. Now I have to eat your food, you know, instead of like what I want, you know, just, I know that sounds really like micromanagey, control-y, but yes, that's what I've been dealing with from all these different aspects. And it's like, you know, I wanted to dye my hair this color, but they were like, well, I like this color, so you're gonna do it this way. And I'm like, well, I don't want to. And they're like, well, that's what I want you to do, so that's what I would do. So, you know what I'm saying? I mean, I've been yelled at for, you know, smiling in a photo with some random person at a theme park. I won't get into detail, but yeah, that was actually a fight, because I had a good time somewhere by myself and smiled for a photograph because I was having fun. Apparently that meant that I had sex with them, or wanted to have sex with them, or was flirting with them, I don't know. So there was like all this pressure of just, you know, don't be yourself ever. So, and like not just from one person, I mean like literally just basically everybody for the last 15 years of my life, and it's just been stupid. So finally, I'm back. I'm freaking back. And I know it took me forever to say this, and I'm sorry, but this is just a lot. I have just so much to say, because I'm me again. And it feels good to be me. It feels good to be sitting here at now 4 o'clock in the morning, drinking coffee because I want to at 4 o'clock in the morning. Thank you very much. No one around to tell me not to. Thank you. In my own place, doing my own thing. I can go to bed whenever I want. I can eat whatever I want, whenever I want. I can dye my hair whatever color I want. I can wear makeup to work if I want. That was a fight too, by the way. I can, you know, drive around town and listen to music if I want. Anything. I can do anything. And I don't have anybody breathing down my neck telling me no. And it's amazing. So I'm really happy. I am really fucking happy, you guys. Like, I know I started talking about the new boyfriend before this, but this is where it went, and that's what I really wanted to talk about. But here's the thing about the new boyfriend. His name's JJ, and he was my coworker that was a very supportive friend through all of this. And neither of us wanted to be together. Like, I mean, he didn't want to be that guy, I didn't want to be that girl. So we were just friends. We made it very clear that we were just friends. We intended on being just friends. We were both very respectful. But then, that night that I came back, the trip, and went and hung out because I had to get away from that nonsense, he pulled me into his arms and just told me how much he missed me and how glad he was to see me. And that was basically all she wrote at that point. Because after that, the intention was to just kind of just keep hanging out as friends and see what happened, because we obviously liked each other, but we'd both been really trying hard to hold back on that because we, again, didn't want to be those people. Because there was nothing untoward going on. There was no hanky-panky. There was nothing to raise an eyebrow at even. But I mean, you can't help it if there's two attractive people who really get along and we just gravitated, and we couldn't help it. But we tried to resist for a while, and then we hung out, and we both knew that we were in trouble because we get along so great. Like, we are best friends already. It's been months. We've been friends for months, but we're best friends. We can talk about anything. We have just amazing chemistry. We're very similar as far as like a lot of things, that we're both really zippy people who like to stay up really late, and we're doers. We like to get things done, and we're really positive thinkers, and we like to go on adventures and like just do, like, I mean, seriously, like, we are perfect for each other. And I can't believe that this person who's perfect for me is in little old Grand Forks, North Dakota. Like, and he says the same thing. Like, what the frick are the odds that we actually, you know, found each other and stuff. But yeah, it's amazing, and he really helps that, you know. He's not the source, because no person should be the source of your happiness specifically. Like, it should, you know, it should be you. You know, you should know who you are, and that should make you happy, and then the other person should enhance that and add to it and feed into it and off of it. Like, not off of it, but you know what I mean? Like, you should be building on each other's happiness and making each other happy. Like, you know what I'm saying? It should be a trade-off, give and take thing. So, while he's not the source, obviously, of this holy shit, I'm myself again feeling thing, it coincided because his friends are so amazing, and they really like me, and I really like them, and he takes me to hang out with them, you know, and we all have a good time, and that registers in my mind as, this is what feels natural to me. This is part of what I have been searching for, because I was never, like, allowed to, like, hang out with people like that, or, you know, I was, you know, meant to feel bad for like going and hanging out with people like into the wee hours of the morning who may be drinking or smoking or whatever, because apparently, you know, that's to be frowned upon, and I'm not allowed to do that. But that's what feels natural to me. That's what I want to do. That's what feels good. I like that company. I'm more extroverted than I realized. You know, and that's one of the things that held me back, was because I was convinced that I was a super introvert, because I wasn't like allowed to have friends. I wasn't allowed to expand my horizons. I wasn't allowed to talk to people. I wasn't allowed to do these things, you know. But I always felt like I was extroverted, but it was just completely muffled, you know. And I had social anxiety. That's another thing. That's another thing, you guys. Check this out. For 15 years, I've had anxiety. I remember when my anxiety started. I remember my very first anxiety episode, and I didn't know what the hell was going on. I was like, dude, what is this? This is awful. Like, what the hell is this? And from that moment on, anxiety nonstop. And that was 15 years ago. I remember the demarcation point, and I know exactly why it started now. Hindsight, you know? But ever since I broke up with Mike, I have had zero anxiety. Like, and I mean zero. We're talking like 2 months of zero anxiety. And I'll tell you what else. My biggest things were, I couldn't eat hamburgers. I don't know why. Something about red meat set off like an anxiety alarm bell inside me, because I thought I was gonna get sick. So I didn't eat hamburgers. I treated myself every once in a while. I never ate in public, you know, because I get anxiety from eating in public. My stomach would shut down. I can't eat in public, especially if it's like a noisy place. I've never been to a bar. I don't go to bars. I don't drink, you know, okay? So check this out. Now, with JJ, we go to bars and I eat burgers, and it's fine. No anxiety whatsoever. I have a good time. He makes me feel like I'm the only person in the room. And when I said that to him, he's like, well, you are the only person in the room. And the audience went, aww. And I hang out with him and his friends. Like, we're talking like 5, 6, 10 people at a time that I've never met before, hanging out. And I'm like, hey, how you doing? How you doing? How you doing? How you doing? I'm laughing, I'm having fun, I'm talking, we're hanging out forever. No anxiety whatsoever. None. I don't worry about what I'm gonna say. I don't worry about looking stupid. I don't worry about anything. It's weird. It's so freaking weird to not have anxiety just all of a sudden. I know that sounds really weird, because it is weird, but I don't know. I mean, I'm just gonna go ahead and credit the string of toxic people for being responsible for my anxiety, because they just were hindering me so much that must have been the source of my anxiety, was just hitting against that wall of me trying so hard to be myself but not feeling like I was allowed to be, you know? And that had to have been it. I mean, they always say that, you know, anxiety is learned. You're not born with it, it's learned. And that definitely fits. What I was saying about JJ is that, like, he helps so much reinforce who I am and who I want to be, and that I realize I am back. I am back where I want to be within myself. It's like I rewound time back to when I was 19 years old, because that's when it started. 19 was the last time I felt like myself until now. He's so supportive, you know? He always says, like, you know, I just want you to be yourself. Just be yourself. That's all I want. And he loves me for exactly who I am. And he never asks anything of me. He just is his fabulous self, and I'm my fabulous self. And we just mesh really well, and it's fine, you know? And we're just happy. And I'm happy, because I'm finally me again. And I have someone who appreciates that and doesn't try to change me or try to tell me what to do or not do, and is proud to have me as a part of their life, as is. And that's a really weird feeling. I'm still getting used to it, you know? When you have that many years, like when your entire adulthood is full of, you know, crappy people who not only don't appreciate you or treat you well, but they try to change you into something that they want, and then still don't appreciate you and treat you well. Like, it really fucks with you, you know? So, like, for the first time in my adult life, I feel so good. You know, I'm on my own. It's not scary. It's boring sometimes. I definitely admit that. Like, right now I'm super bored. I mean, well, before I turn on the camera, now I'm talking to you guys, so of course I'm not bored. But, you know, I come here at night and I'm super bored. I'm like, I don't want to do any of the things that I used to do, because what I used to do was supplementing my time because I was ignored, and that's what I thought that I should do because that's who I thought I was, because that's who I was told that I should be, you know, maybe not directly, but, you know. So, like, I don't, it's hard to explain. It's really difficult to put into words, but the short version, and I know I say short version, you know, like in a half an hour video, but I mean, this is just a lot. This is a lot to unpack right now. So it's just, the short version is that I'm myself again, and it feels good, and I'm really happy, and I'm still figuring out what to do with my alone time, because alone time does not feel natural to me. It became routine because that was the circumstance, and that's just what I adapted to, but it didn't feel good, you know? I didn't enjoy it. I just, you know, I did it because I kind of had to, and that was about the only thing that felt semi-good, so I tried to make the best of it, and I'm like, okay, well, this feels pretty good compared to, like, everything else, so this is what I like. But, like, now I don't want to do that stuff because life actually does feel good, and, like, life is actually exciting and actually amazing. So this other shit that was the highlight of my life is now, like, that's so boring. I don't want to do that. Like, that's a waste of time at this point, because you know, I want to live, because now I can and I have something to enjoy. It's very odd finding this new rhythm, but I just, for not 1 minute of it have I not been just absolutely ecstatically over the moon, because it just feels so good to be myself again. It feels so good to just not have any pressure or expectations, anything. It just feels so good to just be me. Oh, I'm me again. Oh, it's just like, oh, and boy, does it feel good to not have anxiety anymore. It feels so good. It feels so good. Like, I don't even have the memory, not even the faintest hint of anxiety. Like, when JJ suggests, like, oh, let's do this, and it's like this big thing that would have like freaked me out before, I'm just like, sweet, that sounds awesome, let's do it. And then I'm like, what? Who am I, you know? But it's amazing. It's amazing. My soul feels like it's about 150,000 pounds lighter. I feel so liberated and just so free and happy. My God. Oh, I keep doing that. Like, I catch myself doing that all the time. I'm just, you know, yeah, man. And the fact that I have this amazing new relationship on top of it too is just absolutely phenomenal, because I never thought that I could be so happy with somebody. I know it's still early, but already we are happier together than either of us has ever been in any relationship ever, even in the beginning stages, you know, they call the honeymoon phase, because I don't feel like we had that. Because we were friends first. We got to know each other first. We knew, and that's what made us fall for each other, was because we realized how compatible we were, and it just drew us together, you know? It wasn't like a, ooh, you're cute, let's go on a date and see how it goes. It wasn't like that. It was like we got close first, and that was the first time either of us have ever really done that. That's how you gotta do it. I mean, you can't plan to do it that way, but it just fell into place like that. So, I mean, we're already just super comfortable with each other, you know? It's comfortable. It's not like, oh my God, like, ooh, hearts in the eyes and fluttery stars. I mean, like, yeah, there's moments like that, because obviously, you know, we're kind of into each other and it's all romantic and sweet, but it's way more grounded than that, you know? We're just comfortable. And it feels really natural and good, and that's why we're so happy, because it's not like a new relationship high kind of happy. It's a, oh my God, this person is amazing, and we're just so compatible, and we just have so much fun, and we get along so well, and our chemistry is great, and it's just so great being in the company of this other human being, and it just enhances every moment and every day. It just feels so good. So we're just genuinely more happy than we've ever been, because we just get along so well. So my battery thing is flashing, which does not surprise me in the slightest. So I'm just gonna wrap this up real quick. Thank you guys for listening to this incredibly long video if you made it this far. Yeah, I'm gonna be uploading more videos on my vlog channel, so be sure to, I can't talk. So be sure to check that out, because, you know, you'll see him and my new life and everything that comes with it. So that'll be exciting. Follow my Instagram and my Facebook page, because I post stuff there too. All the links to everything are in the description, and if you are so inclined, order some of my candles, because I am broke and I need the money. And I would love to make candles for you guys. So I'm super happy, you guys. There'll be more videos to come. I don't know what they're gonna be like, because I just don't know. I'm different. I'm in a different place, and it feels amazing. So we'll see what happens. But thank you guys very much for watching. I hope you have a wonderful day, evening, weekend, whatever you're doing. And I'll see you guys in the next one. Thank you. I love you. And I'm ecstatically happy. I'll see you guys next time. Bye.